Hello, coloring fans. It's nice to be in front of the camera once again and give you some updates as to where I've been on my road to success with adult coloring books. As you can see behind me, definitely starting to grow in the numbers as far as the amount of books that I've put out. But the point of what I want to talk about today, I'm not here to promote my books. I'm here to talk about how you can use Instagram to help you with your book marketing. And I chose Instagram specifically because I started to look at what we were doing here with these books, and it's a very visual medium. Now, on Facebook and Twitter, you can share posts and you can share photos and video, but I found that Instagram seemed to work better for that up-to-the-minute update on progress. So initially, my wife actually did not agree with me on this and said, "You're sharing too much of your book before it's even released. So why are you doing that? People are going to steal your ideas." No, it's not how it works. Sure, yeah, if somebody gets inspired by something I've done, hey, more power to them. But the point of what I was trying to do was involve people in the process of creating the book. So as they're following me on Instagram, they're not just following the final product, but they've been able to see the evolution of the product from beginning to end. So what I would do is, as I was going, I would share photos of even the pencil sketches as I was going along in the process. And this really started heavily with Colorful Coast, the Cape May edition that I had been working on. I was sharing photos of half-finished pencil drawings, close-up shots of things, various, even just cross-sections of the artwork as I was going along, even photos of me drawing on an airplane. The point of what it did is it helped me build this relationship with my followers. And that in itself is priceless. When you can build that relationship with your followers and those that want to see your work and get to know not just the final product that is you, and find out that there were many steps that led up to that. And I think people really enjoy seeing the evolution of your work. And Instagram gives us an excellent platform for doing that. And then combine that together with some creative hashtagging, you can pretty much have people waiting at the gates for your book to be released and be ready for it well before it. In a way, I look at it as almost like if you're a fiction writer or even a nonfiction writer and you're sharing a chapter of your book so that people can get a taste of what your book is about. Well, the same thing with Instagram. You are sharing a taste of your book and what it might be about. So the long and the short of this whole story, of why I had to tell you this, is because the exciting thing for me was, as I'm going along, people are sharing, they're reposting some of my illustrations, and I'm getting great feedback, great comments, people saying, "Can't wait to see the book, can't wait to get this," and I'm getting so many followers of people, specifically, in this case, it was in the Cape May, New Jersey region, where I was making this edition of Colorful Coast. Out of the blue, without my solicitation, I did not knock on doors for this, out of the blue, I get a call, or actually it was an email, from a boutique in Cape May asking to carry my book. They hadn't even seen my book yet. I hadn't even received the final copy of it as a proof to look at yet from CreateSpace. And here was a boutique already wanting to carry my book, and they hadn't even seen it yet. So for me, of course, my first response is to jump out of my skin, because here it is, my first store that wants to carry my book. But the point of the matter is that I was able to achieve that without knocking on their door. It was all through social media, and specifically my Instagram followers sharing my information with this shop owner and then telling them about the book and saying that you need to carry this book. But they hadn't even seen the final product yet. And that's what really blew my mind. And I said, you know what? I have to get in front of the camera and share this with my followers, because it's such an interesting success story that is evolving as we go. And in case you're in the Cape May, New Jersey area and you want to know, it's Whale's Tail in the Washington Street Mall, right in Cape May. They are now carrying my Colorful Coast Cape May edition in their store. It's a great, unique store in the Washington Square Mall. Give them a little plug. But, because I am quite grateful that they decided to carry my book. But it took me a little bit to figure out the whole chain of events that actually happened. And it ended up being one person who started following me that I started following them, and they were in the Cape May area. And that person then forwarded my information on to this shop owner. And then next thing I know, I'm getting an email from the shop owner saying, we want to carry your book. So I would say, if you're creating a coloring book, here's a word of advice for today, and I'll wrap things up for today. Get on Instagram, share your work. You never know who is going to see your work on Instagram. And just get out there, get illustrating, create your coloring book. And if you are interested in any of these books behind me, you can find all my books and more information about me at BillClantonBooks.com. Thanks and happy coloring.
If you have any questions, go to my daddy's website, BillClantonBooks.com.